Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be a Patreon cast. For those of you supporting me on patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month, appreciate all of you who do that, especially now that I'm out of work. But hopefully by the time this is posted for everybody on the YouTube channel, I'll have a job, but we will see. Bottom right, it's going to be Serral. Top left, it's going to be Maru from the Esports World Cup. Going to be an incredible TVZ, man. Maru was at the top of his game while this was played. He does sometimes kind of just fold against Serral, but not this time. All right. So again, if you're watching this the week of October 9th, 2024, thank you so much for supporting me on patreon.com/FalconPaladin. Whew, I really do appreciate it. Helps me pay the bills, especially now. And if you are watching this in November 2024, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, man. I am here 6 times a week with StarCraft 2 content with players like this. All right, so it's going to be Reaper Expand. Very, very safe, very, very standard. Serral goes hatch first, very standard again. Looking for proxies from Maru, not finding any, but not panicking because, man, there are a lot of places to hide proxies on maps. So if your Overlord doesn't see it, doesn't mean it's not there, but also not a reason to panic. So, hope everyone is A-OK. Hope everyone's doing great. And if you're not, I hope this cast cheers you up. Casting StarCraft does cheer me up, especially since I've spent a month job hunting, 114 resumes and job applications sent out. And 2 companies interviewed me and then ghosted me. So, hopefully, I'm getting some help with my resume because I feel like I should have a job by now. Maybe there's something weird on my resume. And maybe it needs to be reformatted or something. So, yeah, getting help from a couple different sources. So, hopefully, again, by the time most of you watch it, I will have a job. But, yo, so, Reaper, whoosh, scouting out. No SCV scout, but, man, Serral pool firsting, that is super rare. So, you don't need to send the SCV out against Serral. Just take the build order loss if he pools first, and then come back and try again, I guess. So, Reaper Dance. Ka-chow. Ka-choo. Ka-chow. Got ourselves a factory coming up for Hellions. How many kills will this Reaper get? I'm going to say 0, because this is Serral. And his micro is excellent. He knows to pull back the wounded Zerglings, and when and how. Yeah, so 3rd CC here, sub 3 minutes. This is basically standard at this point. I remember when they first started doing this, and I'm like, holy smokes, that's greedy. But Zerg still haven't figured a way to scout it and punish it. So now it is, I want to say fairly standard, but incredibly standard in this matchup. Especially from high-level Terrans like Maru. 3rd hatch coming up. Hellions on the way. And yeah, man. Still 0 kills for this Reaper. Oh, are we not getting speed? We are not getting speed, you guys. What is Serral up to here? He didn't forget it. He did not forget. Throwing down a Roach Warren. This is going to be a Roach play here from Serral. Could have guessed, because Metabolic Boost is not on the menu here. So we're going to have to hold out these Hellions with Slowlings and Queens. Haha. Sniping a Creep Tumor, Serral says. Boo. But laying down another Creep Tumor, no big deal. We have enough Queens to do that. And the Overlord scouting, man. Serral is the best player, the best Zerg player for scouting, man. He sees the early 3rd. He sees the tech lab on a barracks. He sees a reactor factory. He sees everything that he needs to see. Crikey, mate. 47 to 35 workers here from Serral. And 3 roaches on the way. 4 roaches on the way here. These Hellions are going to find themselves out of a job because Hellions are so bad against roaches. And, attacking the Reaper there for the splash damage. They hit that Creep Tumor. That was a high IQ play there, but what else do we expect from Maru, man? What else? We got Cloak Banshees in the future here. Okay, so Cloak Banshees are very good against Roaches. So Roaches versus Hellions, Roaches win. Banshees versus Hellions, Banshees definitely win. If you're trying for like a 3-base Roach attack here, it's not going to happen, man. But no. Getting a 4th base out of here. Really, again, not going crazy with the Roach. There are 7 of them. He wants the drone up as well. These feel like safety Roaches. And then maybe he's going to go nuts on Roach Ravager. But again, if your enemy has Cloak Banshee, it's not going to go well for you with the Roaches and the Ravagers. Unless you're on a map that has a gold base that you can take. And then the Zerg player can show up with enough stuff to overcome a couple Banshees. I've seen it done. I believe Serral did it against Maru in, not on this map, but another game that I definitely watched from the Esports World Cup, where I was like, okay, it's a 3-base Roach Ravager thing from Zerg, but guess what? There's 2 Banshees out. It's going to shut it down. But there was so much stuff from the Roach Ravager attack because there was a gold base that Serral had taken that he won anyway. And I was like, oh, well, okay, noted. There's an addendum to my idea that Banshees shut down Roach Ravager attacks. Yeah, so Banshee up. And it's some... Yeah, I mean, so there's no gold base here, but Serral's not really going for any kind of a huge attack here right now, right? The man has 7 Roaches. Like, no, he's not going crazy with it. These feel like Roaches just to keep him safe while he tries to do what he actually wants to do. As an Infestation Pit is coming in. But Tier 3 doesn't make any sense, right? You don't want to go Tier 3 against a Terran. Ultras are bad. Broodlords are bad. I guess maybe rushing into Adrenal would be pretty cool. But other than that, I mean, maybe okay, you want Vipers too with that Hive. And the Infestation Pit allows you to get Infestors, which are going to be really good too. So this is him just getting into pretty fast Infestor would be my guess. Maybe tossing a Hive up here too. Let's see how quickly he gets a Hive. He could, yeah, immediately. Like pretty darn close to immediate there. So yeah, it's going to be Hive. And then what we do with it, probably going to be Adrenal, probably going to be Vipers. Would be my guess. Say more and more Roaches are being produced here. Still no Ravagers, just pure Roach. Which, they are working on that Carapace upgrade, and fighting against Marines, having that Carapace upgrade is so important. He doesn't have it quite yet, but this isn't enough Marines to really be a concern. Yeah, you outnumber them pretty heavily, so yeah, some unnecessary Marine deaths there for sure for Maru. Can't be happy about that. Armory coming in, Combat Shield coming in. Combat Shield really helps against Roaches and Ravagers too. But again, that's not Ravager. It's just Roach here, which to me tells me he wants to spend his gas on something else rather than Ravagers. There's a macro hatch there. The Hive's not done yet. I mean, Adrenal's 200 gas. I mean, yeah, you can have enough gas. He's got 1,000 gas in the bank. He hasn't made any Banelings. And he hasn't made any Ravagers. And he's only made... Okay, now he's making Banelings. And now he's making Ravagers. Okay, fine. Fine. So he just was waiting a minute to spend his gas. Maybe he realizes, like, I've got 1,000 gas here. Like, maybe... Oh, drops, though. Oh, but the Queens and the Spores rebuff it so perfectly. He was ready for that. He doesn't have any vision out there. He doesn't have any... Oh, maybe this Changeling caught it. Oh, my gosh. Changeling for vision. This is not a Changeling for, like, super scouting. This is a Changeling for vision, folks. Okay, Hellions, I mean, the Hellion, like I said, they don't have any much value here. It is Adrenal, and it is an Ultraless Cavern. Serral's trying to make Ultras work against Maru and Dropper Lords and Burrows getting researched. We're going to drop Ultras on Maru. That would be crazy. I'd be honestly all over that. Dropping Ultras on a Terran, on Maru of all people, that'd be great. So creep spread, the fight is continuing. Here, these Lings don't have Adrenal yet. They don't want to engage with that. They will get dragged into it, though, if you're not paying special close attention to them. Yeah, with the Roaches and the Banes, the Lings are suddenly 8,000 times better when they have support, huh? Huh. Drilling Claws coming in. I mean, this is the thing about Ultras. Ultras are bad against Liberators, Marauders, Siege Tanks, Widow Mines, Banshees. Like, everything. Battle Cruisers. They're really good against Marines. So if your enemy's going mass Marine, by all means, make mass Ultras. Oh, did I even say Ghost? I didn't even say Ghost. Ghosts are good against Ultras. So, I mean, the list is way too long to be comfortable. Yeah, another Parasitic Bomb on that medevac. Those guys would be stranded out there. Yeah, I just don't know that Maru's done enough damage to Serral to really be in a position to win this game. I'm going to be honest. One drone has been killed in the first 10 minutes. because the roaches just completely countered what Terrans like to do with the Hellions and stuff. Chitinous plating on the way. Ghost Academy coming in. I mean, it really is a pretty heavy Marine comp right now. 34 Marines and 10 Marauders and 5 Siege Tanks. So, like, Ultras can do... Okay, we're just dropping Cracklings. Dropping Cracklings inside the main base. Widow Mines. Ah, getting a nice chunk there. 6 kills. And we're burrowing Lings in different corners of the map, so he has to burn scans to clear them out. And those are not mules you get. Those are mules you don't get anymore. And then coming in to take down a planetary. The Banelings need to get on top of this, or we're not taking this planetary down. There it is. Planetary down. Why are there Hellbats? What are Hellbats supposed to do against Roach Ravager Baneling? I guess, I mean, if you're not going to defend yourselves against them, they will burn you to death. So that's nice, but 11 SCVs go down. That was a fun little drop. And these Lings are still in here, folks. Unburrow these Lings. Get on top of these SCVs. You have Adrenal. You can take them out easily. Maru says, all right, enough of these shenanigans. Let's go. Let's get in here. Let's kill all this stuff. Let's kill a queen that I don't know what she was trying to do at all. And the Lings do unburrow and get on top of those SCVs. Plus, we got Lings running into the third base of Maru. That's not a planetary. Why would it be? But maybe it should. Yeah, but Maru pushing up here. This has been a lot of harassment. But this army's not being dealt with. Yeah, Lings. Oh my gosh. Baneling's getting target fire. That hatch dies. This one's going to die. Why are we spending money on Ultralisks? I don't understand it. Are these Lings still going to town up here? They sure are. So 2 hatches killed. Nice blinding cloud. Tanks get wiped out. They can't not be picked up anymore. And this is such a chaotic game. Ah, forcing a cancel on the command center with these Lings that do have 2-2 and Adrenal. This Ling's got 4 kills. This is gonna take down, and these guys popped up. 240 SCVs have died. And then you burrow Lings there, and you force another scan out, and again, that's another mule that's not being dropped. Dude, this guy's gonna kill a Ghost Academy by himself. Look at him go. Nom 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 nom. Snipe, snipe, snipe. Yeah, the ghosts are here now, and Maru with ghosts is very scary. Is this burning down? It is not burning down. It's only in the orange, folks. Another planetary down, Ultra, and we're not even going to use the Banelings on this one. Just Roach Ultra, no big deal. Expanding to the corners is Serral during all this chaos. Yeah, he lost a couple bases, but he's expanded twice to make up for it, and he's killed 2 of Maru's bases to make up for it as well. So I think Serral, he's got the upper hand here. Just going to throw that out there. Definitely has the upper hand in this game. But we've seen Maru with ghosts before. He can do miraculous stuff, especially if the enemy has foolishly invested a lot into Ultralisks, which I don't... See how the Widow Mines... Oh gosh. So we drag some Roaches in because they're going to be bad anyway, but that's not enough Zerg to fight that. On creep, maybe, but off creep, without a doubt, no. And then, oh, just a little bit careless. A little bit careless coming up that ramp. The turnaround time was not fast enough. Are there Overseers here for these Widow Mines? Yes, there's an Overseer that he's keeping at the back of the army quite nicely. Ultralisk cannot fight a planetary by himself. But where's he? Oh, he's just going to go die to Marauders, I guess. Then he burrows. Forces another scan that is not a mule. 195 to 175 supply. Income has been favoring Serral over the last 10 minutes really heavily. A Spire is on the way. Yeah, this is incredible. I mean, this is Serral in complete control. And command. He's going to drop on Maru again. Okay, this Ultralisk is going to die. Hey, man. How you doing? Not affected by the concussive shell, though, so that's nice. And then the Marauders are like, we don't want to fight this many Lings. Maybe we do. Let's burrow them in. More SCVs are dying. This is 46 SCVs have died in this game. That's a lot of SCVs, man. On the other side of it, 7 drones have died. I mean, it's a prick, though. It's a prick on the finger of Serral. He can accept it. He's got this base. He's got this base. He's got these bases. His creep spread is an incredible... I mean, it's pretty good here, actually. The center pathing looks really nice. And there's just nowhere for Maru to go. Good fungal, and then the follow-up. No, yes, another fungal. You just run. That's all you can do here, man. That Ultra, Marauder City. Woo! Concave on that Ultra. He's dead. 93 to 62 workers, but a bigger army for Maru right now, and this is a pretty scary counterattack. This is actually very scary. This hatch is probably going to die. Serral can afford to sack that, no doubt. No doubt. He's like, I'll just make some more Banelings back here, making 6 more Ultralisks. So, like, here's the thing. Ultras are bad, as this one dies. But if you have, like, 4 more bases than your Terran opponent, maybe you can afford to be a little bit inefficient, right? Yeah, Ling's Banes, the Marauder count is hefty. The Fungal, the Ghost get fungaled and wiped out. 9 ghosts have died. 5 remain on the map. Oh, yeah. Maru tried to make that push work. I think that might have been his last chance, his last ditch effort to make something work here, because that's it. He's got 70 army supply. He has no bank. He's trying to rebuild it. Serral, he's actually kind of starving for gas a little bit. Widowmine drop. Boosh. Daboosh. Daboosh. Widowmine drop bottom left. Very nice. Spores providing some of that detection for you. This Widowmine's got 8 kills, but will not get any more. Maru expanding down the left side, not trying to expand up here. There's a burrowed Ling stopping that anyway. And then more Widowmine drops. But guess who has burrow? Wait! Can you fire on a burrowed unit if you're a Widowmine and you have detection? Dude, I feel like that's something I should know. Can you... I don't think I've ever seen that before. Burrow is so rare in and of itself. And if it is, except for this, right? It's one Ling burrowing on a place that the Terran wants to land their command center. But I mean, Widowmines fire on air and ground units. So part of me says yes. But part of me says, oh yeah, okay, yes. Yes, they will fire on burrowed units. Okay, because that was firing before the Infestor unburrowed and threw the fungal down. Cool, I'm glad we got an immediate answer to my question. Yeah, so burrowing is not the greatest save from Widowmine attacks that you'd ever want, right? Not great. I mean, I'd like to see a Hydra Ling Bane Viper play here. Just because Hydras are so much better against Widowmines than Ultras are. Yeah, coming up this choke, blinding clouding your own units a little bit, not ideal. These right side group, they get wiped out. That's a win there, though. 17 more SCVs die because we're running into this third base, causing all sorts of issues. Sensor tower down. Run a little bit and burrow. Run a little bit and burrow. My gosh, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. Got to repair this command center. But yeah, this game is over. This game's over. From the thousands of StarCraft games that I've cast and the thousands of StarCraft games that I've watched, Maru does not have a path forward here at all. Like, unless Serral just wants to, like, walk away from the keyboard, which is not a viable strategy. It's not something he's ever going to do. So that's happening, but this is happening too. Losing this base is not even that big of a deal. These Ultras are not dying. Why aren't they dying? There were some snipety-snipe sounds. Ah, GG. Yeah, that's it. Parasitic Bomb gets tossed down in the medevacs. It's 55 to 112 army supply there, and Maru taps out. Understandably so, man. Wow. So that's a GG. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, Maru's playing well. It doesn't mean he's going to win every game against Serral, but dude, this was a 37,000 resources lost to 30,000 resources lost from Serral, but the income tab looks like this. It is all blue for the last 9 minutes, 9.5 minutes. It's just, you can afford to throw away 10 Ultras. I don't think he got that much value from them. I really don't. But if you are on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, if you're on 8 bases and your opponent's on like 4, then you can afford to be a little bit cost efficient, and it's not going to come back to bite you. If this was a game where Serral was not able to get up to 8 bases, and it was closer to Serral had 1 base, like a 1 base advantage against Maru, then the Ultras would have been crazy bad. Really bad. Wow. So that was great. That was a fantastic TVZ for your Patreon game this week. And thank you so much for watching it. If you're a patron, I really do appreciate it. And that's going to be it for me. This has been the Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you like what you saw and what you heard today, you can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.